The Invincible Season 4 finale made a lot of changes to the comics, and most of them are for the better. It ends off around issue 79 out of 144, meaning we are past the halfway point. In this video, I'm breaking down the 6 biggest changes and a few smaller ones you might have missed. Starting with number 1, Mark's hallucinations. The episode starts off with Mark having a vision of the Viltrumites invading Earth. This first one was relatively tame compared to the comics, where we see main characters die, like Cecil trying to beg Thrag and Eve getting sliced by Anissa. He only has 3 visions, 2 on the ship and 1 during his talk with Thrag. But in the show, he has more spread out throughout the episode. 1 on the ship, 1 for each Debbie, William, Cecil, and Eve, and a fast replay of them all during his talk with Thrag. At first, I thought they blew it with the first hallucination, since we didn't see anyone important die. I really wasn't expecting that vision with Debbie. I enjoyed the way they adapted this to show how mentally unwell Mark is. Number 2, Debbie leaving Earth with Nolan.
What about, um, Paul?
First of all, we need to talk about the change they made with Paul. They break up off screen in both versions, but they stay friends in the show. And he even encourages her to go with Nolan to see Oliver on Telescria. In the comic, they're talking on the phone, and she says, "Screw you, Paul." That's when Nolan shows up. This is the first time he's hearing about Paul.
So tell me about this Paul guy.
But he found out back in episode 5, and he was actually happy for her.
I'm really glad she found someone.
He says he's not upset, simply disappointed, which is just a crazy thing to say, but he never was good with words. Debbie says that after seeing Nolan again, it felt wrong to be with Paul. She's still mad at Nolan, but they talk and she actually gives him a second chance. When they're leaving for Telescria, they reveal to Mark that they're back together. Well, that's what Nolan says, but Debbie says they're still sorting some things out. Seeing Oliver was her only reason for going with Nolan in the show.
What kind of parent would I be if I wasn't there for Oliver?
She didn't even want Nolan to pick her up to fly her to the ship because she still really hates him. I would say this is another good change because it's clear they're going to get back together, but more slowly. On the ship ride to Telescria, they get back together plenty of times, but I doubt that will happen in the show so early. Number 3, Cecil's talk with Nolan. In the show, Nolan visits the site of his fight with Mark. That's when Cecil shows up, and he is much less forgiving of Nolan, even telling him to get off his planet. In the comic, Cecil shoots Nolan the first time he sees him out of fear, but he is way more forgiving overall, even bringing him to the Pentagon, where Nolan realizes everyone is scared of him, leading to his decision to leave on his own. Also, Art is way more forgiving, even showing up to say hi, but Nolan had already left at that time, and that makes him sad. Number 4, Eve telling Mark about her abortion. She went to William to talk about it and only told Mark when they went over to Kate and Immortal's house for dinner. Eve broke down and revealed it to him, and he had the same reaction as in the show. And if you think Duplicate sucks in the show, then you don't even want to know how she was acting in the comics. I kinda liked how the comics did this one, but who knows, maybe we'll see this dinner in the next season. I doubt it though. Speaking of Eve, she kept Invincible Ink going, with Bulletproof stepping in, but she has it on hold in the show.
I put Invincible Ink on hold once you left.
Number 5, Mark's conversation with Thrag. Mark was supposed to realize Thrag was on Earth right away. At least that's how it goes down in the comics. Thrag shows up behind them and says, "We very much are here."
Yes, we are here.
The show waited until Nolan left to have him appear, although the only thing he says the entire time is Mark, 3 times in total. But at least he was smart enough to not attack Thrag. However, Mark is dumb and attacks right away in both versions. But comic Mark actually gets a decent hit in. Show Mark wasn't even moving Thrag at all. I like both versions. I'm not sure which is better. On one hand, I like Mark facing him alone, but seeing father and son face off against Thrag again was also so good. Number 6, Thetis reveals the Scourge virus to Alan. He says all Viltrumite life must be eradicated in both versions, but in the comic, he says to only do this as a last resort if he feels the war is lost. In the show, he assumes the effort is lost if he is dead, and tells Alan he must exterminate all Viltrumite life, no matter the cost. He's just more hardcore in the show, which I like. And with Nolan leaving before realizing the Viltrumites are on Earth, how will Alan find out where they are next season? He did say they put something in place to alert them if the Viltrumites arrive.
Our ship is installing an early warning system to let the coalition of planets know if a Viltrumite cruiser enters your solar system.
But my guess is that they were already there and hiding at the start of the episode. Maybe Mark sends some kind of message, but he would have to do that through Cecil.
If you need to get in contact with us, Cecil can send a message through the warning system.
And we know he doesn't want Cecil knowing about his deal with Thrag. Also, Thrag made it pretty clear that the Coalition cannot get involved, and I think he did a pretty good job of scaring off Mark. Or maybe the alert system works and that's how they find out. In conclusion, this season might just be my favorite. I don't know, I can't decide between this one and the first season. Let me know how you rank this season in the comments. Make sure to like this video, and thanks for watching.